Hey guys and gals, welcome to Whiskey and Literature. I'm Mike.
I'm Laura.
I'm pretty excited about this video tonight for 3 reasons. First of all, we're going to try a new rye tonight. You're not big whiskey, but when you're whiskey, you're like a rye gal. We've got this new Stellum. Going to open this, give it a go. I'm pretty excited about this whiskey. It's another MGP blend, but we're going to get into it. Second of all, I'm excited about this video because you're with me tonight.
Thank you for having me back.
So welcome back. This is your second video. We did the Kentucky Peerless Absinthe finished rye, and that was a pretty good whiskey.
Yeah, it was different.
Yeah,
but it was good.
We should try that one again.
Yeah,
we haven't. I don't think we've opened it again since. And again, this is your second video, and this is my 100th video on YouTube. So,
yay!
Yeah, pretty excited about that. I didn't even realize it. I was poking around YouTube the other day, and it said, you have 99 videos on YouTube. And I was like, oh.
Oh, goodness.
So, here we are. So, I wanted to take just a minute to thank everybody, all my family and friends and loved ones who show me support and love through this past 8 months. Has been kind of crazy. Thank you for all the likes, subscribes, and comments. It does mean a lot to me. Most of the comments have been pretty nice, and even the ones that haven't been super nice. I still learn a lot from all the comments, and I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And we're going to thank you by opening this Stellum tonight. We're going to talk about how we got to this point where we are today, maybe how we're going to finish this year out, and what does next year for Whiskey and Literature look like on the channel. But
okay.
All right,
sounds good to me.
Yeah. All right, so let's get at it.
Let's get at it.
All right, Stellum. So I bought this whiskey because a different expression of theirs, the Fibonacci Blend number 1, it won the Ascot Award for 2023 Best Blend of Straight Rye in the category. So I couldn't find the Fibonacci Blend number 1. The Eagle Eyes might see it on the shelf here next to me because I did find it recently, but I couldn't find it, so I wanted to pick up a Stellum. I picked this one up, and I thought, well, if I can't find a Fibonacci Blend, I could at least get the black rye.
So is this number 2?
No, this is like different than the Fibonacci. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yes.
The Fibonacci is blend number 1. This is just a different rye that they have.
Okay.
It's one of their limited releases. You know, they do have their regular ryes and whatnot that aren't so high powered. This is, I think their website refers to this as their Stellum rye in high def.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
I think we're about to find out though.
All right.
So let's see, from the website, this says, well, first of all, this is a blend of Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana distillates. And let's see, this was started by Barrel Craft Spirits, 114.26 proof,
Oh boy.
non-age stated, mass bill unknown. On their website, quote, it says, meticulous blending approach to layer older reserve barrels into the original Stellum rye blend. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Like, it sounds to me like they take some of the whiskey out of the original big barrel or whatever, and then they pour some more whiskey in there, and they just keep it going. And we were just at the Stranahan's Distillery in Denver last week, and they have their Solera Reserve.
Right.
And that's a technique that they adopted, I think, from the wine industry. So they have this huge vat or cask.
Yeah, it was very big.
Yeah, I didn't catch how big it is, but it had to be 10, 15 barrels worth of whiskey in there.
Oh yeah, at least.
At least, okay, yeah. We should have found that out. But so then they take out 30%, this is Stranahan's I'm talking about. They take out 30% of the distillates from that big vat, that big cask, and then they put new whiskey in it.
Right.
And so they call that the Solera approach to blending whiskey. And I was reading about the wine industry, when they do that, you can do that 50 times, like take a portion out, put new whiskey in, take a portion out, and after 50 times, you will still have, however minute, you will have a portion of that original whiskey in there. Now, I don't know if that's what they're doing at all with this. It just sounds like they
sounds like it. Yeah.
They just take some of the old original reserve and they blend other whiskeys into it.
Do you remember how long you said they did it?
You mean Stranahan's?
Yeah.
How long they've been doing it? I don't know.
Or like how long in that one vat.
No, I didn't catch that from the guy.
I remember he said it, but I can't.
Oh, he did?
He did, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I did know they had that one barrel in there where they had front and the back of the barrel. They had the barrel on the side and they had the front and the back, and it was the plastic and you could see into the barrel.
Yes.
And they had it in there for 13 years, I think.
Yeah.
And you could see how much had evaporated. And that was
cool.
I thought that was cool too.
Yeah.
All right. So, any thoughts? I don't know. Have you even smelled it yet?
I did smell it.
So we have some of that Redwood Empire Emerald Giant, the cask strength, which is also, okay, we don't know that this is an MGP blend. But
We're guessing.
from Indiana.
Yes.
So MGP, anyone? Redwood Empire, of course, also is a blend from Northern California and Indiana, MGP. So,
Yep.
and it's, well, I feel like I was just getting sprayed. That was 116 proof. This is 114 and change.
Well, I can smell the proof.
I do. I think it's a brighter nose than the Redwood Empire.
Okay, I'll take that.
Maybe is that a word? Bright. I mean, obviously it's a word. Is that a way to describe brighter? Maybe there's some more citrus in this nose than in the Redwood Empire.
Definitely has a stronger nose than the Redwood Empire.
Okay.
So
More lively, brighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I smell. It's a rye whiskey.
It's a rye whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some baking spices on that nose. You can definitely smell the proof. And we've drank more High West MGP blend than any other kind of rye whiskeys at our house. Now, all the High West blends are much less proof.
Right.
They're all like 92.
Yeah, I don't. On their nose, the rye is stronger on the taste, for sure.
On
the High West.
On the High West. Well, we haven't gotten to this taste yet.
That's true. But I'm just comparing, I guess, the nose.
And this is non-age stated. I do feel like you're right. That High West, certainly the double rye, it's just like a blast. Like, I think it's just so youthful. It's overpowering. But let's talk about how we got to this point in the whiskey and literature. We were flying home from Barcelona last year. I watched Benjamin McAvoy's video of hardcore literature, his 50 greatest books of all time video. I have been a lifelong reader, and so that piqued my interest, downloaded the video, and I was shocked and ashamed that I only read maybe 2 or 3 of the books on that entire list. So I decided I was going to read all 50 of those books, and then I thought, well, I'm going to read them all. I'm going to review them on YouTube. Why not? And so here we are.
Here we are.
I thought for sure the first person I ever told was you.
Yes.
And then John and Sam. And I thought that they were just going to just roll on the floor laughing. And I was just shocked and amazed at the support that they and you have given to me throughout this entire year. What did you really think when I first said, hey, I want to start a YouTube channel and read and review a bunch of books?
Well, I mean, I honestly didn't laugh because I didn't think it was,
You didn't think I was serious?
Maybe a little bit I didn't think you were serious about the doing reviews on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a pretty awesome goal to set for yourself to read 50 or 52 books in a year. Honestly, I think when you first told me, I needed to process, because when you said it, then I started thinking, okay, that's a book a week.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess we're going to start reading more.
Yes.
Our life is going to change.
Well, I have been a lifelong reader.
Yes.
I feel like, however, in the past few years, I've just kind of put that on the shelf a little bit. We've just been watching shows and stuff like that. And
especially now that you don't travel as much for work.
Yes.
In your home, you're not reading as much.
What did you think when I said, I want to call the channel Whiskey and Literature?
That was a little bit, I was like, why at first?
Yeah.
But I understand now the play on words.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly. So, I mean, in my mind, I was like, well, why not just call it Whiskey and Literature? But that's not, the W's and
it's not the way my mind works.
Exactly. So that took me a little bit to get used to, but it totally works now. So the book side of it, I knew he could do that. He reads very well. He reads very fast. He sets his mind to something, he's going to do it. So that part I knew would happen. I wasn't quite sure how the whole review thing would go, but I mean, people have to do book reviews or book reports and stuff on YouTube. It's a great place to go look for some resources. So, and it's a way to hold you accountable by saying you're going to do it.
That to me was one of my first thoughts was, okay, I want to read 52 books, or the 50 greatest books of all time, and how can I hold myself accountable? And I thought, well, I'm just going to set this goal to do reviews on YouTube. So as far as, to me, how this year has gone so far, I think I've got 34 of the books read. I still have to do reviews on a couple of them. So I have, and I feel like I've come a long ways in my review process. And I'm about to revamp it again. I had a big revamp about 2 or 3, maybe even 4 months ago. I wasn't giving like a star rating to my books.
Right.
So I feel like that's undergone a nice change, and I've been doing it a little bit shorter, but now I think I need to review or revamp my book reviews again. And the whole whiskey thing, again.
Yes.
We're Mormons for a long time. Only been drinking alcohol for 4, maybe 5 years. We really started cutting loose in 2020. Yeah. I mean, I think in October last year, I only had 5 bottles of whiskey in this house.
Yeah.
And I turned it on in December, and we probably have 160 or so in the house right now.
Yes.
And so for me, it's a learning process as I drink all these different whiskeys. It's been an amazing journey for me, if you will.
Lots of knowledge.
Lots of knowledge. And I've appreciated all the guys who I've watched on YouTube, and the knowledge, the whiskey wisdom that they've laid on, they lay down, and some of them are kind of, out there and whatnot. And I appreciate all of them and all the things that I've learned. And so it's been great. And you're still you're maybe behind me a little bit in the whiskey thing. You're more of a wine girl.
Yes. Yeah.
But,
and the whiskey part of this channel, honestly, I had no idea where it was going to go when this started.
Neither did I. Well, I mean, initially I was just going to do a whiskey review inside my book reviews.
Right.
But then I thought, it's kind of weird when someone's watching a review on Jane Eyre, and then I break in and do a 5-minute review of Eagle Rare.
Right.
And so I've just basically separated completely books and whiskey.
And I think that was a wise.
I think that was a good choice. I mean, if I could do it over again, I would just go back and do all my first probably 20 book reviews. But that's ridiculous to even think about. So
yeah, but yes, the amount of whiskey that we now have in the house, and had no idea that's what was going to happen. But when you start, talking about whiskey, and people start talking to you about whiskey, and well. You've all been to liquor stores, so we all know there's lots of whiskey.
And in the past, again, talking about how we got to this point today, I've definitely made some mistakes in my whiskey purchases. I've overpaid for some bottles. I've hunted some bottles and bought some bottles just on kind of a whim, or it was on the shelf and it looked cool, had a cool gargoyle on it or something. I definitely have made some mistakes in my whiskey purchases, and I'm still trying to find exactly, how to nose and taste whiskey and describe more than anything what's been going on. But I do, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at, and looking forward to the rest of this year.
Yep.
All right, so let's get into the whiskey. And again, Stellum Spirits. This is their black rye. Again, mash bill unknown, and I don't know why these guys don't share the mash bill with us.
Yeah.
Again, I can't do a whiskey video without talking about High West, but they're an example of how to put the information to the whiskey connoisseurs and those who want to, kind of the whiskey nerds, really.
Yes.
I mean, I talk to guys all the time, and they have no clue what's in the bourbon that they've been drinking for 20, 30 years.
Right.
They don't even know that it's mostly corn. But if you're kind of a whiskey nerding out, and since I'm kind of new to whiskey, this is all, I'm just trying to learn all that I can. I would like to know what the mash bill of the components of this whiskey is.
Well, yeah.
I mean, High West, they do share the mash bill of every whiskey that's in every bottle of their products, except 1 or 2 whiskeys is the Scotch, and then there's another one that's sourced in one of the bottles. It's just for legal reasons they don't discuss well, if it's a Scotch, I guess it's 100% malted barley.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, brilliant, Mike. But the other source whiskey, they don't tell what that is. But one thing they don't do that like Jack Daniel's does is they tell you exactly what proportion each of the whiskeys are. So like the triple mash, they tell exactly what portion of the rye and the American single malt and the bourbon is, or the Tennessee whiskey is in that bottle, which High West doesn't do. We don't know what the proportion of MGP is. And just like we don't know for the Stellum spirits.
Right.
Not to beat High West to death, but I think High West just does that because they're such a dynamic young company and they're constantly changing what the proportion of, so they just don't say. But anyway, come on, Stellum, tell us what's in this bottle.
Yeah. Maybe they don't want to inception you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
Man, 115. Whoa. Man, that's spice. Spice and cinnamon just.
Oh, yeah. Like the first taste, like the first swallow, like, I don't know, I just, I thought of Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah.
So,
like the spice ciders and stuff, like just real fast. It was just like.
No, I
yeah.
Absolutely.
It was just
overwhelming amount of spice on the nose or on the palate there.
Kind of a mixture of like when you're baking, like you have spice ciders and you're baking yummy stuff.
Yeah, that was a really yummy first sip.
Yeah.
Again. Wow. Yeah, that's nice. So, okay, this is the last time I talk about High West, I promise.
Okay.
So High West has their Barrel Select program, and I believe I've heard that they are canceling that Barrel Select program, and they are putting out cask strength whiskeys. We were in Park City in June. We went to the saloon, and I had their cask strength bourbon, and a friend of ours just bought a cask strength bourbon. He drove to Montana or Wyoming to buy that. Yeah. And every chance he gets, he sends me a picture of his cask strength bourbon that he didn't buy me a bottle of because they would only sell him one. It wasn't his fault, and he got the last bottle. But I'm looking forward. I really like the Barrel Select programs from High West, but I'm looking forward to the cask strength.
Okay.
Because that's one thing I wish High West had is some cask strength versions of their Rendezvous Rye and their Double Rye. Okay. Because I do think they're kind of, especially the Double Rye is kind of very youthful, but I think that cask strength, which is what we've got here, this kind of makes me excited if we can ever get that because again, it's.
Yeah.
I bet this is predominantly MGP. Okay. It does remind me of that High West profile,
right?
But just different.
Yeah, stronger.
I think it's more of that spices. Yeah. I don't think this is as young as the High West Double Rye.
And that we don't know. We don't know how old it is.
We don't know. Non-age stated. Okay. I do feel like on the Redwood Empire, which we just had some of that earlier, the Emerald Giant. Their cask strength, I feel like I got some more citrus which I'm not getting on this here at all. I'm not getting that note. I feel like that's really good. Well, I'll talk about where we're going for the end of this year with the channel while we're processing this this Stellum Black Rye. So again, I have 16 of my 50 greatest books of all time that I'm reading. I have 16 left to read. And I'm a little behind, just a little bit behind the schedule on that. No, I thought that 52 books in 52 weeks sounded cooler than 50 books in 1 year. So I asked the kids to give me one extra book and you to give me one extra book. I'm still waiting on the kids because, well, they're kids. They haven't gotten back to me. So.
And there's 3 of them. So they probably can't decide.
So 3 20-year-olds trying to decide. It's just, anyway.
Yes.
So you've been given tasked with giving me my 51st book. Do you have my 51st book? Or
yes, it was actually kind of fun to go through the list a little bit, and he did give me a few guidelines though. He was like, don't pick like a really long one, because he's got some long ones he needs to read. And it is coming down to the end of the year, and don't pick
Franz Kafka.
Yes, Kafka. So I was like, dang it.
Sorry, all Franz Kafka fans.
I had one in mind, but then I saw how many pages it was. And I'm like, dang it. Okay, I won't do that. The Edgar Allan Poe collections, because it sounds actually very cool, and
I read some of his in high school. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, I like him, and it was the whole like Tales and collection, so it was like
that sounds really
800 pages.
Oh yeah.
So
thank you.
we might still add it to our library because it sounds cool. But
yeah.
I decided to choose Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
By Mary Shelley. So I read this probably. I read it in a book club.
I think we own Frankenstein, don't we?
I'm not sure if it made the move because we did have it because I read it in a book club like in, I don't know, 20 years ago maybe.
Some books
15 years
didn't
ago.
make the move from Vegas to
They
here.
didn't, yeah.
I can't believe I would throw Frankenstein. I bet one of the kids stole it.
That's possible.
Sadie?
That's possible.
Sadie, do you have my Frankenstein?
It might. We still also have books and boxes of books.
Yeah, we do have a couple
in
boxes
the
out in the garage still.
Anyway, so that is what I've chosen. I remember I enjoyed it. And I'm not a reader like he is. But
I do think I've read Frankenstein, Mary Shelley.
I'm sure you
right?
I'm sure you did.
Though if I have, it's been 20 plus years.
Yeah.
But thank you for not picking a huge book.
You're welcome.
And
I think you should get through this one pretty quick.
Okay. I was kind of hoping you'd pick Lord of the Rings, but I was kind of dreading it too because, man, as much as I like Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit or the Fellowship, I can't remember which one is on the list there. It is a little chore to get through sometimes.
I remember you saying that.
So, well, cool. All right. So 51st book, Mary Shelley, Frankenstein. We'll go through the garage tomorrow and see if we can find it.
Yeah, because we did have it.
Yeah, I don't see it on the shelf.
I haven't seen it in a while, so.
Okay.
Yep.
So as far as the books, that's what I've got to do. Hit all those books. I just got to make sure the whiskey doesn't overtake my 52 books in 52 weeks challenge.
Right.
I got to catch up with my reading, not let the whiskey overpower. And speaking of that, do you think, so I have 99 videos, including my shorts, on, do you think I have, I hope you're not cheating there.
I can't see that.
Okay, cool. And then, do you think I have more whiskey or more book videos on YouTube?
I'm pretty positive that you have more whiskey videos than YouTube book reviews.
Okay.
I know you like to do your whiskey videos more than you like to do your book reviews, so you seem to default to doing a new whiskey video when you should be doing a book review.
That has been a problem.
So the last couple days, I kept thinking he was going to do a book review, and well,
yeah,
it hasn't happened yet.
Well, here we are. Well, I didn't want my 100th video to be a book review.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to spend this time with you and share.
I'm
our
following
thoughts.
you now. Okay. So yes, I believe you have more whiskey videos than you do book reviews.
All right, so 99 videos, including my shorts. And if we're talking about shorts, you're correct.
Okay.
I have more shorts, almost twice as many whiskey shorts than book shorts.
Okay.
However, book videos, it's almost neck and neck. It's neck and neck. Like, I have one more book video than I have whiskey videos.
Whole whiskey review.
That's correct.
Okay.
So,
well, good job.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. I don't know why. Well.
Yeah, I know why. Because to you, all I do is drink whiskey.
Well. Yes.
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 All right.
I don't see him read as much because, well, he's either listening while he's walking or he's reading at work. So I'm seeing him drink whiskey.
Wow, every time I take a little sip, it's just fire.
So I feel like, so why do you think it's black?
Why do I think they named it black?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just an idea. I have an idea in my head.
It doesn't say that anywhere on the bottle. You know, I was like, whoa. When I was looking online, I was like, did I get the wrong whiskey? But when you, obviously this is the black, and it, I guess I don't know why they refer to it the black. What do you think?
I feel like I taste the anise in there.
Oh, the black licorice.
So, like, I go to black licorice. Like, this is a spicy rye. Like, it has all those spices of it too, but I feel like it's it's sweeter than some ryes to me. But I like that anise.
I can see that.
Or anise.
To me, it's obviously it's much less subtle than the Peerless Distillery.
For sure.
I mean, that was just like drinking absinthe.
It was.
To be honest with you. I could see a touch of that in there. It's not overpowering to me, and again, you like black licorice,
I
so
do.
it's not. To some people, that's off-putting, and to you, it's not. And I could see that in there. And
So I enjoy it.
And I do think Inception is a thing.
It is.
So,
Oh, yeah.
all right. So, what are your my thoughts on this whiskey? Are it's really good. I feel like it's rich.
Yeah.
I can feel it's got a great mouthfeel, just a medium finish. It's nice. That first spice it's a little hot to me, and it actually finishes a little hot too.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel that in there. But what are your thoughts?
I enjoy it. I think it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a little hot for you. I mean, I feel like you typically don't like this hot of, and I mean 114 proof.
Right.
Now, the other night we had the Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye.
Okay.
That's 112 proof, I believe.
Right.
And I was surprised you actually like that more than the Smoke Wagon Bottled and Bond, which is a high rye.
Okay.
And, the Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye is like 51% rye. But you actually preferred that to the Smoke Wagon Rye.
Okay.
I was surprised that you preferred that sweet of a rye, but maybe it's just that night.
Yeah. And I have a hard time keeping them all straight, so.
I know, I think about it all the time.
But this, like, I don't know, for some reason, like tonight, that spicy, that hot.
It's hitting you just right?
Like, yeah, it's not really, sometimes when they're like really high proof,
Yes.
it's off-putting to me, that strong.
You get that ethanol.
Yeah,
You get
but
more.
I don't get that with this.
Okay.
So I know that's got to be some of the burn I'm feeling. The hot is the proof, but I feel like the taste is
Well, maybe that, what do
was
they call
helping it.
Maybe that meticulous blending approach to layer older reserve barrels into the original Stellum rye blend, it works.
It works.
I feel like, I agree. I think this is a great rye,
Yeah.
and it just makes me more excited to do their Fibonacci blend #1.
Okay.
And, okay, so but value, 114 proof, $114, $114.99. I bought this at Total Wine & More. I believe that's the MSRP
Yep.
on this whiskey. So, the Redwood Empire Emerald Giant Cask Strength is $79. If you go back to the High West Ryes, you got the Boo Rye, you got the Midwinter Nights Dram.
Yeah.
So those are right in this price range. Those are $124 MSRP, but
Okay.
way lower proof. And we talk about the Rendezvous Rye, that's $79 in MSRP, also 92 proof. The Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye, it's $59.99, 112 proof.
Okay.
So, like, are you angry that I paid $114 for this rye?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
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 I think it's a great rye for the value.
Yeah.
And do you think I paid more or less for the Fibonacci blend for the best rye, best blended straight rye of 2023 per the Ascot Awards?
I would think you would pay more for this.
I paid $95.
Oh, really?
Are you proud of me?
I am proud of you, actually.
And
Usually when he's looking for something, he ends up paying
I do.
astronomical.
I guess we're going to do a video on tatering. I guess that's a whiskey tatering. I've been a tater quite often this year.
Yeah. Well, good.
I actually found this in Savannah, and I carried it all the way to Denver, Colorado, and all the way home.
That's right.
Yeah, so I was super excited to find that.
That
whiskey
went on
there.
a journey. Okay.
It's been around the world, so. All right, so $114. Maybe not a great deal, I guess, but it's a good value for this whiskey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I
enjoyed it, so
Okay.
it's good.
Good deal. So next year.
Next year.
So I'll be done with my 52 books, 52 weeks challenge.
Okay.
So I see more book reviews, maybe slow down. I'm not quite in that hurry for the book a week for the entire year. I have to average 60 pages plus per day of reading for the entire year. Maybe I could do some more popular books. I actually have some ideas of some books that I want to do. Yeah. Sadie's already said she'll come back and we can read more Franz Kafka and talk about Franz Kafka and maybe more of his works, and just got some other ideas. And I'm really looking forward to furthering my whiskey tasting and ability.
Knowledge. No, I think having goals is good. I think sometimes, I think it would be good to slow down a little bit and not be so, I guess, demand on getting a book a week. But I think it's good to have goals and to read more. I don't think we read enough as a society. And I think that it's inspired our children,
I appreciate the book reviews I've done with them. And Sadie and I, we're doing Catching the Rice coming up.
Yeah.
Sawyer, we're going to do Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I've set it on video now, so you're locked in, dude.
And, you are.
I'm looking forward to doing Wuthering Heights with you.
Yes. Yep.
And
I just finished the book.
I do have some big books coming up for this year. I got Moby Dick coming up, Ulysses, War and Peace, over 1,100 pages long. I tried to read War and Peace years ago. I don't think I made it through it. So, but I really enjoyed Anna Karenina. So maybe living a little older, I'll enjoy War and Peace again more.
Well, and I feel like the ones you've been scared of, you've actually enjoyed more than some of the ones that you. Especially like the romance ones.
Who knew that I love romantic novels?
Yes.
Jane
Eyre, he was like smitten. Yeah. So anyway, I think in that sense, this has been good to get you to read something you don't normally read.
I was smitten?
Yeah.
I am.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
I'm in love with Jane Eyre.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to read it to see what it was what it was all about. Actually, I listened to it because it was great on Audible.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Any last thoughts or?
No, I think.
A big thank you again to all the viewers, all the likes, comments. If you enjoyed this video, or if you enjoyed any of my videos, throw me a like. If you have any comments on, how things have been going, and maybe any thoughts on my book reviews or anything, then feel free to comment below.
Yeah.
And I'll link in your previous Kentucky Distillery review if someone would like to see Laura and us talking about the Kentucky Peerless Absinthe finished rye.
Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty crazy whiskey, but really, really
it was.
Good. So.
But we need to pull it out again.
Yeah. Anyway, my guys and gals, thank you for everything. And for now, I hope you're reading something good and drinking something great. Cheers.
Cheers.